Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Audrey and today we are decluttering my highlight collection. I had a lot of fun going through my collection and just remembering all of the things that I had. I will say this isn't quite a brutal declutter because I did recently go through my collection just a couple weeks prior to starting this channel, but I still do pretty in-depth little mini reviews of everything that I own and kind of explain my reasoning behind everything that's there. If I happen to not love a product that is your holy grail, please don't get upset with me. We all have different preferences and that's what makes makeup fun. But I'd love to hear your opinions down in the comments below. Let me know what your favorite highlighters are. If you have any of my same favorites or least favorites, there's a few that are just, I don't know how they even made it in my collection in the first place. But I think that's enough chit chat. Let's go ahead and start the declutter. Alright, so just jumping straight in, this is my highlighter collection. It's not as big as my blush collection because I do feel like there isn't quite as much of a need to have so many different shades of highlighter. So it is a little bit more condensed, but I still do have a whole lot and I'd like to just be able to refresh myself on what I have and get rid of anything that I don't love. So we're gonna go ahead and start this declutter. First things first, y'all, I am a pale girl. A lot of these shades that work for me probably work for everybody, but there's going to be a whole lot of things that will not work for me because it'll just look too dark. This is the Soul Body Shimmering Body Powder in the shade Rosé. This is a beautiful, beautiful rose gold. I hate the packaging on these. They're so hard to open and they're so big, but it's such a beautiful rosy gold. This is about as dark as I can get away with for highlighter. Anything darker than that is gonna be too dark on me. This I do think I get away with, but yeah, it's kind of on the edge. I'm gonna keep this one because I do like traveling with it just because it's so sturdy. I recommend these. They have a bunch of fun colors. I don't actually think I have a whole lot of ColourPop. These are the ColourPop Super Shock Cheeks that I have. I have them in the shade Over the Moon, Moon Peach, and Seismic. These are all stunning. This one, Over the Moon, kind of looks like it will be a duochrome, but I think it's just kind of like a transparent to pink type of color. Actually, no, that does have a little bit of a blue reflect. So this is really pretty if you love a colorful highlighter. Definitely gonna keep that one. This one is probably my favorite one from ColourPop. It's the shade Moon Peach, and this is from the Avatar: The Last Airbender collection, so this is not available anymore. But it's a peachy silver, which sounds really odd, but it kind of works. It's not a champagne, it's not a silver, it's like both at the same time. Definitely keeping this one. This one is in the shade Seismic, and I think this is a really good basic highlighter if you're just wanting something for daily wear. And this is just a neutral kind of champagne-y color, and it's just so shimmery, so luminescent, and not sparkly at all. I enjoy a sparkly highlighter from time to time, but I think I prefer a more pearly finish. So that's kind of a common theme in my collection. But that rounds out ColourPop. I'm gonna do all of my non-indie first, and then I'm gonna do indie. So I have a few from Fenty. These are the kilowatt highlighters. I have the shades Metal Moon, and then this is a duo in the shade Mimosa Sunrise and Sangria Sunset. Metal Moon, I thought this was gonna be such a beautiful highlighter because it looks like a perfect white, but it kind of doesn't bring the pigment. Like, it's kind of dull. I think it breaks my heart to let go of Fenty, but this is not serving a purpose in my collection. I'm not a big fan. Alright, this one is that duo, and I don't understand exactly how this is a highlighter. Maybe if you have incredibly dark skin. I bought this online, so I didn't try it on, and I just kind of thought it was gonna be something else. In what world is this not like a blush or an eyeshadow? Like, I don't really get it. I always hang on to this because I say I'll use it as a blush or I'll use it as an eyeshadow, but I just don't think I will. So I think I'm gonna put this in a maybe pile because I feel like these are very beautiful, but I just don't really reach for them. This, however, is the star of the show. This is the All Over Diamond Bomb in the shade How Many Carats. And this is beautiful. It is such a pretty highlighter. And it's just like transparent with sparkles. And I don't like a sparkly highlight, but this one is kind of the exception. It's this one right here. It just looks so wet and reflective. I love this. I wear this like for daily kind of natural looking makeup, and I can wear it for like all over like glam. So highly recommend that one. This one is from Ofra. It's in the shade Star Island. And it's fine. It's a champagne-y neutral. It's fine, but I just don't reach for it. I kind of need either something a little bit more fun in terms of color or formula, or just like something more to the table that this one doesn't really bring to me. I'm gonna pass this one along. This is from Winky Lux. This is a glitter puff spray type thing. I have mine in the shade Pink Cloud. This works for me kind of for like hair and body. If I'm doing like a cosplay type thing, I might dip into this. I'm not gonna swatch it because maybe I'll swatch something from the cap, because like this just like never ever goes away. You will have glitter on you for days. Your friends are gonna get glitter on them. I did this like little tiny area, but yeah, this is kind of an annoying product. I don't know how much I would recommend it, but it does serve a purpose for me in my collection, so I'm gonna keep it. This is from Illamasqua. This is their Beyond Powder highlight in the shade Deity, and it's a pinky green duochrome, or so it says, but it kind of just looks a little bit like a light gold on the skin. There might be a little bit of a yellowy cast. So it's not really what it advertises. Sorry, I have some staining on me for my blush declutter that I just filmed, but yeah. I do like this. I hate the packaging. It's super bulky and unnecessary, but I do like this color a lot. If I'm doing a really natural look, I'll dip into this one. I do love a greeny goldy color for highlight, and they're kind of hard to find, so I'll be holding on to this one. Oh, I have one more thing from Winky Lux. This is a cream highlighter in the shade, what's it actually called? It's called a Strobing Balm in Radiant Pink from Winky Lux. And I actually really like this one. Can I open it? Hello? It's just such a creamy, comfortable, glowy product. It feels so soft and comfortable on the skin. Yeah, I really, really like this. I don't honestly reach for it too much, so I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile just for that reason. I do have a lot of highlighters, and I just don't reach for this one a lot. I have my two highlighters from Rare Beauty. I have, no pun intended, but glowing reviews for these two. This is probably my favorite liquid highlighter, and this is probably my favorite powder highlighter. Both of these are in the shade Enlighten, which is the lightest shade. And the liquid one is definitely a lot more subtle. I like to mix this into my foundation to get just kind of like a little bit of a pearl finish. It's really beautiful. It doesn't bring that like supernatural glow that sometimes I want my highlighter to, but I do recommend this if you're into more of that natural finish. This little monster, however, this is something else. So like, it just is so bright and so smooth, and it goes on without leaving any texture. It sinks into makeup. It lasts all day. I highly recommend this highlighter. If you just want one highlighter in your entire collection, I would say get this one, and you'll be set for life. Like, honestly, like, they should be paying me to say this right now. But yeah, definitely Selena popped off with this one. I think that rounds out my non-indie. Here are my highlighters from Melt. I have a couple of cream blushes that found their way in here. This is actually a cream blush that kind of works as a highlight because it's kind of a neutrally shade. This is in the shade Lynx, and I love this. I love this as a blush just by itself. It looks kind of odd. It's like an orangey caramely color, but it works. It actually does work as a blush. It looks very bright and sunshiny. I'm gonna move this over to my blush collection and hang on to this. These, however, these are their powder blushes. These are kind of dirty because I usually have setting spray or something on me by the time I do my highlighter. But This is in the shade Shadow Play, and look how bright and luminous this is. I really thought this was going to be like the most amazing highlighter I ever used, but like it just looks like white powder. It doesn't have any shine to it. It just looks like white powder. This is matte. They call this a blush light. There's no blush and there's no light. Is that false advertising? Yeah, I don't know. I am not a fan of this. I don't know why I've been holding on to this, because even as a matte highlight, I feel like it works better to use just a matte eyeshadow instead, or even like a satin. Like, I feel like this is just a crumbly, not good satin. So I'm gonna pass this one on. I regret buying this. By the way, I don't know, for just the sake of transparency, I know with like my 40 subscribers, obviously all of this I have bought myself. So yeah, these are my honest and undiluted opinions. This is the last blush light. This is in the shade Electra, and oh my god. Oh my god. Well, I was about to say that it sucks, and it has the consistency of an eyeshadow, but now has the consistency of a loose powder. Yay! I'm gonna throw this one away. And I have crumbly powder in this blanket now. Awesome. Okay. This is their Sex Foil in the shade Peaches and Cream. I think I really like this formula, but this shade is just too dark for me. I got this in a blind box, and of course they put their darkest shade of highlighter in a blind box. I really don't like when companies do that. That's like a major pet peeve I have. Like, if you're gonna do a blind box, make it something that people are actually gonna get products that work on every skin tone, because I know that you can give me a deep blush and you can give me a light highlighter, but you can't give anybody a dark highlighter and you can't give anybody a light blush. Like, it's not that hard if you're gonna do a blind box to make it a product that will actually work on at least most people's skin tones. This one kind of blends into something that's like barely workable for me. Like, it does leave a very pretty finish, but I just am not, yeah, I have to kind of bend over backwards to get this one to work for me, so because of that, I'll be letting this one go. Shall we do my Odin's Eye now? We're kind of almost done. I just have a few left. I have 2 from their Solmone collection and 2 from their Norns collection. I'll do the Norns first because these are older. I think these might either be discontinued or on their way out, but I have them in the shade Web of Destiny, which is this gorgeous pink. This is beautiful. Like, y'all, when I tell you that indie is doing things in this industry that no other brands are doing, I mean it. And it performs beautifully too. This is one of my favorite highlighters in my collection. I really love it. It has this like pink gold duochrome. Highly recommend. Out of the Norns collections, they have a pink, yellow, and a blue. I recommend the pink one the best. I love this freaking thing. Keeping it. This one is the Veil of Future, and this one is their yellow. I had a little bit higher hopes for this one. I still really love the formula. It's the same formula, but it's a little bit more of like a champagne-y gold than like a true yellow. And I think I just wanted something, I think I just wanted something that was a little bit more yellow, like colorful. I still like it. I'm still gonna hang on to it, but I just don't use this one as much. I'd be interested in hearing how their blue one did. So if you have the blue one, then please leave a comment. All right, these are in the shade Azura Shine and Pink Star. These are from the Solmone Moonlight Fuel Highlighter collection. And they had the most beautiful colors. This one is their blue one. And it really is just like the most beautiful silvery blue. I don't use like a colorful highlighter like this every day, but when I do, I know that this one is gonna do the job for me. I love this one. This one is in the shade Pink Star. This was one of my favorites in my collection. It looks like kind of a yellowy green, but it really does go on pink. and it has kind of like a goldy reflect. Yeah, I love both of these. I want to try more. They have some more that have more interesting flips and colors, but these two are great. I love both of them. And I know for sure that all of these have glowing, I keep using that word, glowing reviews. I have two from Kaleidos. I have the shades Solar Sailor and Star Surfer. I thought this pink one, the Star Surfer shade, was going to be my favorite, and I do like it, but it's just a little bit subtle for my taste. Like, it's pink, but it's not like, wow, pink. It's like, oh yeah, that's kind of like a neutrally, like, pinky shade. I do like this. I do like this formula. The packaging is so cute. It's worth being this bulky for me. I don't know if I'd recommend this shade. I think they have other winners, but I do really like this one. This one is my favorite though, Solar Sailor. I wasn't sure if I was gonna love it. It's this like bright yellow. I really, really, really love it. I really love it. It got me started on yellow highlighters, and it's why I thought that Odin's Eye one is gonna be my life-changing one. But it just looks like pure sunshine on the cheeks. It's so gorgeous, and it actually looks surprisingly natural. So if you're wanting to get into colored highlighters, but you're not really sure where to start, or you're maybe a little intimidated, I would really recommend this one or a similar yellow color, not a gold, but a yellow color. They're gorgeous. I love it. This is actually a single shadow, but this is from the Game Beauty Persona 5 Royale collab. This is in the shade Robin Hood, but I actually use this as a highlighter because it just works so beautifully. These are ladies and gentlemen, $6 for this gorgeous, gorgeous shade. And it just is so stunning. It's not as impactful as like I would want my duochromes to be, but this is a gorgeous highlighter. Now, it does have a little bit of a cast, as you can see, but like if you kind of blend it out, then it doesn't really affect anything as much. I'm just gonna put that all over my thumb because I freaking love it. Oh, $6. I have nothing left to say. All right, the last little thing I have before I move on to my palette is this MAC strobe cream. This is a sample size that I used very sparingly because this was from a time when I could not afford a full size. So I was just very, very careful. And to me, this was like my daily highlighter that I thought was such a flex and such a glow. But as you can see, it kind of just looks like balm. Like, it kind of just looks like I would put moisturizer on my hand. I'm happy to let this one go. I have a lot of attachment to this one because I literally wore this every day during a time that I couldn't afford full-size makeup and I couldn't afford new makeup. So I kind of look back on that time with happiness, like that I like made it. So I don't know if that makes sense, but I say my happy goodbyes to this little guy. Okay, now I have some palettes and a duo. Yeah, these are freaking nostalgia. I guess first off I'll do my duo. This is from Kai Love. This is the Color Sheen in the shade Airy and Ambient. And these are just really nice. I don't want to say subtle, but like cream highlights are always going to be a little bit more subtle in my opinion. I don't have a ton of liquid highlighters, so it's nice to have these lying around just to play with when I do feel like using them. Gonna hang on to that one. Up next is this Huda Beauty 3D highlighter palette. Oh my god. Who remembers? You know what? I'm not even ashamed that I still have this. I actually bought this pretty late in the game, so it's not like it's not like it's super old or anything like that. But I actually do like this highlighter palette still, and I do use this when I do like cosplay-y looks to just get that kind of like draggy type of look. You know what, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really use this one a whole lot. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile because as nostalgic as this is, and I kind of really love that I have it, I just don't think that I get my money's worth out of this, and maybe I'll have somebody who really will love this, who isn't really part of a makeup community and is just like, ooh, highlighter. So maybe this will live a better life with someone else. I'm gonna put this in my maybe pile. Alright, last but not least, this is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild Glow Kit. This is stunning, and I actually do use this all the time for cosplay looks or character looks. This shade Lucky Clover is everything to me. This pink heart shade has quite a dip into it. The only colors that I don't really use a whole lot are these two, just because they are a little dark on me. Same with this star shade actually, so I guess I'm only really getting about half of this palette's use. This blue shade is actually really stunning. It just has this like most beautiful iridescent otherworldly blue. I used this on my friend for a cosplay look and he looked so good. So I will be keeping this one. I don't want to hear how 2017 I am with this. I already know. But yeah, I will be holding on to this one. All right, here's the maybe pile. It's just 3 things. I'm gonna start with this one because I think for sure I can let this one go. I just don't get any use out of it. I have blushes that I like better for these, and I have eyeshadows I like better for these. So there's never gonna be a time or place for me to use this. And maybe I have a friend who just wants to do a splash of color who will absolutely love that. This one I'm so hung up on. I really don't know. I do think that I can probably let this one go. As happy as this made me at one time in my life, I just don't think I really reached for this. For a palette to work for me, it has to have like a very specific use or just be like stunning quality that blows me out of the water. And this is no longer really either of those things. I think I have better things from like ColourPop and indie brands that I will reach for above this like 99 out of 100 times. So I think it's time to say goodbye to Huda. Also, I don't actually like Huda. Like, I don't like that. I don't like her brand. I don't love her as a person. I think she's kind of mean, but yeah, I think I can let that one go. And then this one from Winky Looks, I think I can give myself permission to hold on to this because as kind of silly as it is for me, and like as much as I really don't need it, like it just makes me happy. It's just like a tiny little highlighter. Aw, cute. Like, it's so cute. So I'm gonna hold on to this one for another declutter, and if, you know, we'll see next year if it really earned its spot back. I'm gonna go ahead and do my final counts now. Right, I'm getting rid of 1 palette, 1 duo, and then 6 highlighters. I am keeping 18 highlighters, 1 duo, and 1 palette. Gonna go ahead and wrap up this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little declutter. Up next, I'm gonna go through my lip collection. So my liquid lipsticks, bullet lipsticks, and lip glosses. I have a pretty extensive lip product collection, so stay tuned for that declutter. If you'd like, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe and all that good stuff. This is a brand spanking new channel, so every little bit does help. It just makes my day when I get a comment from another weirdo who likes to put colors on their face. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!